That voice in our head, where is it coming from? It's coming from the place of fear. It's coming from that place of protecting who we think we are. And because there's fear involved, we're at times hesitant to really do and feel and be our authentic selves. Because what if somebody laughs at us? What if somebody says, loser? Or we compare that authentic self to someone or something else. And that's what goes on. This voice in our head is trying to tell us, stay safe, stay in the known. And that's exactly where we will not grow. Now, here's the other thing. How do you get this voice to either stop completely or to not be as loud? And here's ways that we can do that. First of all, you have to recognize that there is a voice. And I'm not talking about a psychosomatic or some diagnoses where you are hearing other voices, but just that running track in your mind, that habitual thinking that's saying, you can't do that, you're not good enough. You can't dream your dreams because, well, you're too old, you're too short, you have the wrong color hair, you have the wrong education. I mean, all that not enoughness comes out in that voice. And it's important to give that voice a voice. What did I just say? The thing about avoiding the voice or stuffing it down is that it will definitely get louder. It's definitely wanting to be heard. And you can hear that voice, and then you can say, that is not true. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to set you on the shelf for now because I have way more potentiality, of course, than what is being said in my head. And you also have to analyze that voice. Is it your mother's, your father's, your familial, ancestral, habitual thinking that you were raised in? Is it society? Is it your ethnicity, your race, the whole guardians that have said things to you, or teachers who have judged you and said, you're this? Boom. Because here is the beautiful thing about free will, and here's the beautiful thing about changing, making changes through choices, is that voice no longer has strength or control. You can hear it, acknowledge it, and still make other choices and still move on. And it's important that you find the people who support your choices and who support you as a tribe in moving towards those things that bring you joy. It has to be those things. And sometimes it's not your family. Sometimes it's not that group of friends that you've always been hanging out with. Because the more you change, the happier you are, the more you are creating freedom and choice and moving towards your passion. It makes other people uncomfortable because they either are not choosing that or they think that they can't choose that. And so they certainly don't want to be around someone who's constantly growing, constantly moving and doing the things that bring them joy, that is their purposes in life. And you need to find the tribe and the people who go, you know what, go for it. You have every bit of talent within you. And that is why I do these videos. That is why I created Potentiality, is because there has to be that voice that is stronger, that is more sure to say you can do the things you want. You can be who you want. Why isn't that voice louder? Well, right now, I'm going to be that voice for you. You can make those choices that lead towards the step towards who you want to be and what you want to do in life. There are so many options out there. The higher intelligence, the divine, has created unlimited potential in this world. And we are discovering more and more things. You know, there's always been the potential to have radio waves and a radio even back in the 1700s, the 1600s, the 1500s. Radio waves and the ability to have a radio and to be able to have TV has always been there. It just took us time to discover it. So that's what I mean by unlimited potential in this world. That is how it is created. And that is why the universe has your back. Whatever you step towards to want to create, the resources are there. Believe that. That's the voice that speaks the truth. That's the voice that we should be listening to. It is just, we have created these patterns in our thoughts, in our brain circuits that are so limited. And that's not the truth. That is not the truth of this life for you in this world. So let me be that voice that says, yes, you can. You can. And as much as I know it for you, I know it for myself. Are there times where I'm unsure? Yeah. Are there times where I'm taking a risk and I'm going, oh man, is this the right thing to do? That is when I get quiet. I listen to the intuition. I contemplate. I read books that inspire because I need guidance. I need support. I need encouragement. I am no different than you. However, I am going to continue that path of growth. I am going to continue being conscious of my thoughts, being conscious of my choices, and learning and growing and unfolding to the highest potentiality always. And that doesn't mean it's without challenges or without mistakes. Of course, that's all part of it. Sometimes I learn more from my mistakes than I do when everything's going good. Now, I'm not encouraging bad things or challenges to happen, but when I pay attention to my intention, when I pay attention to what is going on and take that time in silence, we can't always be engaged and constantly move. There has to be a balance between doing and being. It has to have that balance. It's in doing all the time, we start to get back in those habits. We start to become unconscious. It is in the quiet and the stillness that we can hear that voice that's not speaking the truth, and to listen to our hearts and our intuition. And our hearts is where our intuition speaks to what we really want to do. And sometimes that means that we are going to have to face emotions, face things, fears, things that we've always been able to stuff down and avoid. Those things have to come up. They have to have that voice. They have to be expressed and processed. And as it's expressed and processed, we can then be free and open and make the space to make new choices and to move in the direction we really want to go and no longer are limited by that voice. So try that this week. Okay? We need these voices of encouragement and of speaking the truth and going towards all of our potentiality. All right, I'll see you next week.